Was ist los? It's your German boy here, and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. Now, in the last episode, we're still looking for a couple more members for the Soaring Club, and something went down in the dorm room, and as a result, I think Kotori's made up her mind, but we'll have to see what this episode's got in store for us, so let's just jump right in. Leave it to me! At Ageha's signal, I ran ahead to block the cat's escape route. Ageha and I blocked the stray cat's paths, and it searched for a third route. And there was...
おいで猫ち
There was Kotori as she made an almost sickeningly cheerful smile.
ゃんほーらあなたが好きな煮干しもこんなにたくさんあるのよ
Now that's how to talk to a cat. Kotori dangles an anchovy, which captivates the cat. However, as expected of a stray cat, it won't let down its guard easily.
ハバネさん秘密兵器よ
Kotori nods and takes out a small fishing rod. An anchovy hangs on the end of the line.
ほーれほーれ
Dangle, dangle. Just like a blessing descending from heaven, the anchovy draws the stray cat's attention. With Kotori's skillful waving of the rod, she was almost literally reeling the cat towards her with the anchovy.
おいでおいで
Just as the cat reaches out its paw, Kotori times the pulling away the anchovy so that the cat can't reach it. It really was a little bit mean. Eventually, the cat, running out of patience, used its last resort. The cat jumped onto Kotori's lap all by itself.
捕まえた
Amazingly, the cat settled into Kotori's arms.
よっしゃー作戦大成功
I can't believe it fell for such a stupid plan. I felt like saying, come on, stray cat, you could do better than that.
猫ち
Kotori shows a side that we'd never seen before, smiles affectionately while stroking the cat. The cat seems like he didn't really enjoy being stroked, but he's focused on the large amount of anchovies nearby, so it looks like he's not planning on running away.
ゃんお前かわいいねいい子だねこの子ノラのくせに美猫だねよしよし
Ageha starts stroking him too. All girls like cats, I guess. Is it okay if I stroke him too?
ほらこの子が怯えてるじゃないせっかく苦労して捕まえたのに逃げられちゃったら困るよ
But I like cats too. This seems a bit unfair.
次はなんだっけ
Next is... I open the notebook to check. Things I want to do. It's the list of bullet points that Kotori's written in her notebook.
とりあえずこの猫を撫でまくりたいはクリアだね
We are now in the middle of clearing Kotori's list of things she still has left to do. As Ageha and I look at the notebook, Kotori looks at us sideways, but not with suspicion. How did this situation occur? To answer that, we need to go back to this morning. This morning, I was in two minds as to whether or not I should return the withdrawal notice that I picked up to its rightful owner. Of course, you should give dropped items back to the owner, but if I did that, it seems that she'd disappear from here, so I didn't give it back. If that's what she wants to do, I have no reason to stop her, but I was hesitant for some reason. So I was walking back and forth along the hallway, but Kotori, who was wearing her uniform, poked her head out from her room. She was furtively checking the situation outside. As our eyes meet, she slams the door shut. Why is she acting so suspiciously? Kotori's always doing something sus, but there's definitely something behind her behavior just now. I concealed myself in the dining hall for a while. I wait a grand total of 10 minutes. Hat appears from the little door at the bottom of Kotori's bedroom door. Hat took a look around the entranceway, then came into the dining hall.
What?
Shh! Hat goes back to Kotori's room.
誰もいなかったよし。
What does she mean by alright? Kotori came sneaking out of her room. She took a peek into the dining hall just in case, and I hide behind the counter.
いないみたいね。あいつに見つかったらうるさそうだもん。
When she says that guy, I feel like she's talking about me. Kotori's wearing her uniform, but she isn't carrying her bag. In the entranceway, she opens up her notebook and looks inside. I sneaked up behind her.
これは前にやったから、今日は。
Are you gonna skip school again today? Busted! Kotori jumped, let out a scream, and threw the notebook.
どうしているの？ちゃんと確認したのに。
That's why you should stop sending a duck to scout for you. As I pick up the notebook that you dropped, I look at the open page. Things I want to do. This is the page I saw before.
返して、私のノート。
Could it be that you're planning to do all this before you quit school? Seems like I was spot on with my assessment.
やり残しを今日で全部終わらせるの？もういいでしょ？返して。
I handed back the notebook. Then I follow Kotori as she about to leave.
なんでついてくるの？
I'm gonna help.
は？なんで？
It must be tough by yourself, right? And Kotori looks at me like I'm an idiot. Well, we stop in front of the door as the doorbell rings. Who could it be at this time?
おはようございます。
Ageha, what's up?
およ？お二人さんお揃い
What did you come here for?
で。いや、ほらさ、
Ageha pulls me toward her and whispers into my ear.
昨日変な感じだったし、そろそろまたサボるんじゃないかって思って。
So she came all the way here to ask Kotori to go to school with her? Bullseye.
マジっすか？
Yeah. The truth is that... How should I explain this? Kotori, I'm just gonna borrow your notebook. I go back to Kotori and take the notebook.
こ
Using that, I explain the situation to Ageha. I explain that today she wants to finish the things I want to do list that's written in this notebook. I don't tell her about Kotori's plan to quit school.
これは大仕事だね。
Ageha groans a little as she looks at the list.
そうよ。だから今日は学校休むから。そうするしかないよね。ん？私も手伝うよ。
Let's do this. That's how Ageha and I ended up going with Kotori, against our wishes, to clear the things remaining on our list one by one. By the way, as far as urgently searching for members of the club goes, last night we came up with a possible prospect. That's why we're going with Kotori.
もういいから、あなたたちは学校行きなさいよ。
Said Kotori while stroking the cat, but we don't listen.
じゃあ次は伊藤さんとこのペディグリーだね。
Ageha pointed and read, "Stroke the head of the big dog in the neighborhood. It's really scary, but it might unexpectedly friendly. If possible, I'd like to ride around on its back." From the list. The Ito family are rich and have a well-known and very large dog called Pedigree that roams around freely in their garden. When we were kids, it was rare to see such big dogs, and we would often watch him lumbering around their spacious lawn. I'd like to ride around on its back. So far, I've lifted up Kotori on 2 occasions. Both times, she was light as a feather. Well, perhaps that's exaggerating slightly, but she was really light.
ハバネさんならギリギリいけるかもね。なんたってセントバーナードだもん。
Pedigree is a Saint Bernard. They're pretty huge. While seriously considering Kotori's silly idea, we headed toward the Ito's house. Said Ageha as she puts the baggage down on the grass.
でもここは風があって気持ちいいね。
Today is dry and sunny, and the temperature isn't that high. It's quite hot in the sunlight, but there's a nice breeze going on. Here! I throw a sports drink to Ageha.
お、サンキュー。
There's one for you too, Kotori. I take some orange juice from the convenience store bag and pass it to Kotori.
ありがとう。
Do you want to sit down here? Ageha, give me a hand, would you? Ageha, who looks like she's enjoying her sports drink, gets up and comes over.
何するの？
I want to put you down here.
いいって。おお、そうだね。
I leave lifting Kotori up to Ageha and tell her how to do it while I give a hand from the side.
よいしょっと。ありがとう。
Kotori sits down on the grass and looks comfortable as she stretches her back.
お尻が蒸れた。
It seems that wheelchairs can get quite hot in the summer.
さあ、お弁当お弁当。
The time is now 12:30. It's exactly the time for lunch break. We spread out the lunch boxes that we brought and the juice and snacks we brought from the convenience store. We don't have a sheet, but it feels like we're having a picnic.
いただきます。いただきます。
I had made mine and Kotori's lunch boxes, and Ageha had brought her own.
ほう、ハバネさんハンバーグだ。ねえねえ、春巻きと交換しよう。いいけど。やったー。
Ageha looks like she's enjoying the burger that she got by trading as she will sit down.
葵、料理上手だよね。うん、女として自信なくすわ。
Your mom's good at cooking, though, isn't she?
いやいや、現役主婦と比べなさんな。
Kotori's face seemed to say that she wasn't really suited to this situation as she quietly ate her lunch. However, she didn't look as irritated as she was before. Ageha either hadn't noticed or was pretending not to have noticed and carried on behaving the same way she always does.
私、学校サボったの初めて。今まで休みたいって思ったの、注射の日くらいだったからさ。でもこうやって友達と遊ぶなら、たまにはいいかも。
Said Ageha playfully. She seems quite excited about skipping school for the first time. If your mom finds out, she's totally gonna kick your ass. Ageha's mother doesn't hold back when she gives her daughters a kick in the ass. I've been kicked too many times, like when Ageha got caught playing tricks. Those are big, heavy, and painful.
言っちゃダメだからね。
Okay, got it. She'd kick me too for something like this. I say that, but I don't want her to worry unnecessarily.
ねえ、次は何？
We all look at the notebook. We managed to finish 5 of them this morning. As for pedigree, the Itos recognized Ageha and they led us into the garden. We weren't able to give her a ride on its back, but Kotori gave Pedigree a hug, so we counted that as a success. In the end, it was quite tough for her to roll around and play with him. Pedigree probably weighs more than Kotori. On top of that, he licked all of her face and she looked like she was full of emotion.
カフェフラックスに行く。
Ageha reads out from the list. Where is that?
あれだよ、ウィンディにある。それはもういいの。
Kotori, who had suddenly gone red, drew a line through that entry with a red pen. Ageha whispers into her ear.
誰か一緒に行きたい人いるの？違う、ただの勘違い。
Hmm? Something was said to Kotori, and now she's desperately trying to cover something up. What could it be?
ちょっと大人な雰囲気のカフェだよ。有名なパティシエがプロデュースした店で、スイーツが美味しいんだって。
Hmm. Do you want to go there?
だから違うって、勘違いなの。学校で誰かが話してるのを聞いて、美味しそうだなって思っただけで。そういう場所とは知らなかったのよ。
That kind of place. It's not just a normal cafe?
カップル客をターゲットにしてて、店にはそういうお客さんがうじゃうじゃ。風ヶ浦の若い腐女子たちにとっては、デートであそこに行くのが一種のステータスになってるってわけ。本当に知らなかったんだからね。
Pow! Kotori points at me. She's strongly denying it, but it's not like I really have any suspicions about it.
葵と言ってくれば？
Ageha, you trying to set us up?
何を言ってるの？だからそんなつもりで書いたんじゃ。
Kotori had gone red and was looking down. Well, I don't mind. Is that place expensive?
ケーキが一つ800円くらいから、紅茶もだいたいそれくらいだったかな。
That is a little steep.
本場仕込みのミルフィーユが看板メニューなんだけど、すんごい美味しいらしいよ。
What the hell is that?
そっちは一つ1300円ね。
For... Oh, it's a kind of cake? But for one cake? I guess it is in the same place as the supermarket that sells high-grade marble meat for 2,980 yen for 100 grams. We're still on about that. We're still on about that. Heilige Scheiß. For doing the work as a doormaster, I can get a small allowance from my mom, so... Next month will be okay.
だから違うって言ってんでしょうが。紅茶とケーキが美味しいお店だって、素敵なお店だって誰かが言ってるの聞いたから。 男の子とデートしてみたいなんて言ってない。言って
It must be important, because she said it twice. I was overwhelmed by her vigor and nodded in agreement without saying anything.
はい、この話はおしまい。
As she one-sidedly dropped that subject, she used the pen to thoroughly blot out that entry.
しょ
It might have bled through to the other side of the page. My god.
葵、残念そうな顔してない？
Ageha, what the fuck? Huh? No, I don't!
甘いもの好きだもんね。
Yeah. I wouldn't get disappointed about something like that, though. Besides, did I really look disappointed? Ageha cleared away the lunchboxes and opened a bag of snacks. We brought a lot because it felt like we're gonna be on an excursion. While Ageha eats some fresh snacks, she takes a look at the notebook after Kotori had finished blotting it out. Speaking of which, we were in the middle talking about what to do next.
ねえ、これ何？
Ageha was looking at the entry at the #1 spot on the list. It was written much bigger than the other entries. I want to pass through the passage of cloud. Yeah, I thought that was quite mysterious too. What is that?
さあ、
What do you mean you don't know?
だってそれ書いたの私じゃないもの。
Answered Kotori while crunching the Pretch snacks that Ageha had given her. Now that she mentions it, the handwriting is different. Eat as much Häagen-Dazs as I want, and so on, are written in nice, uniform writing. Compared to the meticulously neat handwriting, I want to pass through the passage of cloud was written in a way that seemed bold and spirited.
じゃあ誰が書いたの？ノートの持ち主よ。私が見つけた時にはもう書いてあったの。
There are a few entries written in this unbridled fashion, and below are the neatly written entries. Kotori had added to it, continuing from what someone else had written. You found it? What do you mean?
私が飛び予想に来た時、部屋で見つけたの。棚の隙間に隠してあったのよ。じゃあこれ、ハバネさんのノートじゃないんだ。ええ、多分前に住んでた子の日記よ。
When she says that it's a diary, I feel hesitant to just go ahead and open it. Has Kotori read it?
じゃあ誰かの日記の続きにハバネさんが書いたってこと？
Without thinking, Ageha and I both made a face like, why? While Kotori remained quiet. I don't think that it's because it would be a shame to waste the unused pages. The thing that I was more concerned with was... I want to pass through the passage of cloud? What is a passage of cloud? If it's clouds we're talking about... I look up. There's a blue sky and a few clouds, and then a giant windmill. The windmill blades moving around slowly in the wind look a lot like the wings of a glider.
じゃあ次はこれ、献血。みんなで血を抜きましょう。最後のは結構きつかったね。
My eyes are still flickering. The last thing we did was complete Lady in Silvergun, the final entry on the list. If you're wondering what that is, it's a shoot-'em-up game, and until just now, we were at the video game arcade where we finally completed it by repeatedly using continues and taking turns. Because it was so hard, it made getting into the ending all the more impressive.
いやー、なかなかの名作だったね。
I'm no good at shoot-em-ups. The best at this game was Ageha, then Kotori. It seems that Kotori played it from time to time when she skipped school before. She must have gotten mad at the incredible difficulty of the game and said, "One day I will complete this game," and added that entry to the notebook, it seems. We had to spend 3,000 yen to complete it.
これでリストは全部クリア？
Yeah.
うん。
We'd also finished the entries that Kotori hadn't written while we were at it. The only one left was to pass through the passage of clouds. Since we didn't know what that meant, we'd virtually cleared the whole list.
終わってみると、なんかあっけないね。
I'm glad we finished before dinner at least.
そうだね。遊ぶならまた別の日にすればいいもんね。
What's up?
なんでもない。
Kotori's expression seems dark. The same as Ageha. It looks like she feels unexpectedly disappointed now that it's all over. Like it wasn't enough.
さてと、お腹空いたし、そろそろ帰りますか。
Hopefully your mom won't find out about this.
大丈夫だって、うちの谷そんなに豆じゃないし。
But Hotaru is quite serious. If she realizes that you hadn't gone to school, she might tell your mom, right?
その時は葵も芋づる式だからね。
What? How could you? Are you gonna tell on me?
5年ぶりにお母さんのケツキック食らいなさい。
You know what they say about snitches, she said jokingly and turned to face Kotori.
今日はありがとう。ハバネさんのおかげですっごい楽しかった。じゃあ、また明日ね。
She said with a smile and turned to leave. With a spring in her step, she walked up the gentle slope. Kotori went to say something, so Ageha stopped walking. Kotori looked down and faltered as she spoke. This time, she looked like she was about to cry. Ageha waited for a little while for Kotori to open her mouth. Patiently. However, Kotori didn't say any more.
ねえ、ハバネさん。私ね、本当は今日お話があって会いに行ったんだ。お話？一緒にやろうよ、ソアリング部。葵から聞いたよ。グライダーのこと詳しいんでしょ？ガレージに行くのいつも楽しみにしてたんでしょ？一緒にやったら絶対楽しいって。きっと毎日が今日みたいだよ。だからね。
Ageha closed her mouth and waited for a reply. There was no mistake that Kotori was in two minds. She was certainly interested in gliders, so I think she'd actually really like to join the soaring club. That's why now she might be able to express those feelings.
やらないって言ってるでしょ。どうして？どうしてもよ。あなたには関係ない。
Ageha's expression dropped at Kotori's blunt refusal.
どうしてそういう言い方になるかな。余計なこと聞いてくるからでしょ。そんなだからクラスでも浮いちゃうんだって思わない？
This time, Kotori seemed irritated by Ageha's remark.
浮いてて悪かったわね。誰かさんみたいに八方美人じゃないだけよ。
Oh boy.
八方美人ですって。
Hold it! Calm down! Both of you. Why are you arguing all of a sudden? I step in so they can't ignore me. After we had such a fun day, let's just cut it. Whoa! Ageha pushed me aside like I was in her way. It's no good. It looks like she's quite pissed off about the kissing up comment.
この間のことはみんなが悪いって思うよ。あんな風に言われたらハバネさんが怒るのも当然だもん。けどハバネさんにだって悪いところがあったと思う。どこがよ。ほらその態度。
Ageha pointed her finger at Kothari's face as if to say, "There, irrefutable evidence."
挑戦的っていうかなんていうか。そんなだからみんなに誤解されちゃうんだよ。今日一緒に遊んだみたいにさ、もっと普通に打ち解ければいいじゃんか。親切にどうも別に頼んでないけど。何その言い方。あなたってほんと親切よね。は？知ってるんだから。私にやたらと話しかけてきたの先生に頼まれたからなんだって。
Oh my god. Faltering for a moment from hearing Kothari's words, Ageha stayed tight-lipped. Her cheeks went red.
私はそれとも私のことがかわいそうだから親切にしてくれてたの？そういうのもううんざりなのよ。
Kothari told her and turned her wheelchair sideways.
さよなら。
Hey! With that, she left by herself. Ageha.
いいの。ハバネさんの言ったこと全部本当だから。
But that's not the reason why you did it, though, is it? Aren't you also being misunderstood here?
ごめん。もう帰るね。
Ageha, this time looking like she didn't want to talk with trembling shoulders, climbed the gentle slope. I watched her from behind as she left, and then hurried back to the dormitory. And you know what? I'm gonna leave things off here. Started off so good, but it got so tense at the end there. I don't know what to do about this. So I'll just save it for another time. Till next time, though, it's been your German boy. Auf Wiedersehen.